Hey, real estate besties. Today is Tuesday, and around here, that means that we are answering your burning questions. Now, I don't care if it's about a deal that you're working, just a question on how to organize something in your business, or if you just want to dish with your good real estate bestie, I am here to answer your questions. Now, if you have a question, head on over to rosemarylewis.com/ask, and you will be able to leave a voicemail and I will answer your question on the podcast. Let's get into our question for today. Hey besties, welcome to our Tuesday Q&A. And the question on the board today, I actually got this question from my DMs and she preferred to remain anonymous, and that's okay, sis, you can be anonymous. But her question was, okay, I need some help. What are some side hustles to accompany my real estate business while I'm waiting for it to pick up? So first of all, thank you so much for this question, because I know that this is definitely an area that a lot of realtors are exploring because bills are due. Okay. And I'm gonna just leave it at that. Bills are due. So the first thing that I want to say, even before I talk about some side hustles, is that anybody that makes you feel like you are less than because you're doing what you got to do for your family, tell them to kick rocks. Okay. I have real estate besties who have Ubered, who have Instacarted. I have shared with y'all, like when my husband was building his wholesaling business, he legitly Ubered for our family. And that was not that long ago. Okay. I'm gonna just tell y'all, like it was within like, what year was it? The 2020, right before the 2020s. Okay. He did what he had to do for our family. So sometimes there are seasons in your life where you have to pivot. And I actually was listening to a podcast that said one of the most dangerous things that people can do is only have one stream of income. So definitely, we can talk about all of that later, like what that can look like. So I just want to put that out there. Like if you are in a space where you're like, okay, I am working diligently on my business, but I need to do some things to supplement, go for it. Supplement. Okay. Now, but this is the thing that I will say, because I even had this conversation with somebody that I get to coach recently, is that just make sure that you're doing all you can. Does that make sense? Like, and when I say all you can in business, because only we can be honest with where we are. But if we are not, in control of our daily activities, if we're not time blocking, if we're not focused, if the results that we're getting is a direct result of the lack of effort that we're given, that's one thing. Because I truly believe if you're planting seeds, even if it takes a little longer, the seeds will flourish. Have that like come to Jesus talk with yourself. Like, am I doing all I can? And if you're doing all you can and you're like, okay, but it's not coming fast enough and I need to supplement, then go for it. It's so many ways to make money out here, but I'm going to give you some ideas along some real estate kind of related things that you can do that will still like put you in the real estate space, but not, a little different. So number one, side hustles. Have you considered being a transaction coordinator? Okay. I actually did an episode a little while back. I will link it here with my transaction coordinator, Kimberly. But, sometimes you have higher producing agents that just need some help with their transactions. And being a transaction coordinator could be a good way to earn some extra money, but also still be kind of in this real estate vibe. Now, here's the deal about being a transaction coordinator though, right? Is that I know my transaction coordinator, when I need things done, I need them done. So it might be tough to be a transaction coordinator, like if you're showing heavily and things like that. So you really need to be specific on your schedule, like when you're available and all that stuff. But I think that's something that I definitely see agents transition into. Also, are there opportunities in your office for you to become a showing agent for somebody? Or there are even apps like Show-Am-Me and things like that where you can sign up. Now, I don't know how the pay is. Everything varies. I know that when I have somebody show for me, depending on where they're showing, I'm paying anywhere from $30 to $50 a door. So that's definitely an option, like making sure that you're saying, hey, I am available. I've also seen across my inbox where agents may target top producers to say, hey, I can pick up your signs. I can pick up your lock boxes. That is I have a lockbox in this moment that I need to go get out my house. Okay. So that is a huge service that you can provide. And again, I would go in MLS. I would look to see who is closing multiple deals a month. Who do you consistently see their name for listings, and just say, hey, I would love to offer you some support. Another thing that you might want to consider is getting your notary license. And there are just different things that you can do, but specifically to become a closing agent, because now you may be in position to leverage some of these relationships you have with the title companies, and they pay anywhere from like $100 to $175 or even more in some areas to have a signing agent. And I think that we definitely saw a spike in remote closings during the pandemic, and I think that we'll continue to just see that because they're just so convenient. So definitely considering doing that. Listing coordinator. Okay. Let me tell you, this is one that I don't see a lot of people doing. And I know that I think it was like genius and a game changer. I have a listing coordinator. What my listing coordinator does is she pretty much handles all the listing paperwork. Now, I actually take the listing and I take the listing and I input I give her all the paperwork, make sure everything's signed. But what she does is she meets my photographer out there. She makes sure, like, she knows my style. She makes sure that the pictures are the way that I want the pictures to be. She makes sure to upload everything to the MLS for me. And then we are ready to go. And like, for me, I am not like, my skill is not administrative tasks. So having somebody who understands market, understands photos, can do the research on the schools and all that stuff, it is such a time saver for me, and I happily pay her. And I almost think that being a listing coordinator is smarter than being a transaction coordinator, because a listing coordinator, you get paid when they take the listing, right? This is just a part of my listing process. I pay her to go ahead and do her thing, and she does not have to follow the whole transaction, but she definitely sets us up. She has my signs, she has my lock boxes, she puts everything out, she communicates with the seller, she gives them a great little email about when they're on market, sends them, the listing, and it is good to go. So listing coordinator is definitely a real estate related one. And then finally, here is the last one. Is there an opportunity for you to become an assistant? Like, if you do have administrative strengths, is there an opportunity for you to become a licensed assistant for an agent who is in consistent or high production? There are so many benefits to this, but I think the biggest one is like, you kind of get built-in mentorship. You get to see how somebody who is managing multiple transactions does it. You get some client care opportunities and things like that. So that is definitely something that I would consider. And then of course you have all these other things, right? You have all these apps that you can download, like different things that you can work in, do a Instacart run, you can do an Uber ride, just different things to help supplement on your way. And I'm always thinking about this. I want to end with this. I think about Lisa Nichols. I remember listening to a speech or a podcast that she did, and she was wanting to be a motivational speaker and wanting to do X, Y, and Z, but she still had to work her job, and she was going to the bank, depositing money to save. And she was just saying like how it was weird to be in a dual space, right? In one space, she could see and she visualized herself speaking on stages and growing her platform. But in reality, she was like a secretary. But she said that every time she did something secretarial and she took that money that she would save and take it to the bank, she would let the teller know, or she would write in a check memo, I'm funding my dream, right? And sometimes we have to fund our dream. And there's nothing wrong with that. You're like, quite honestly, right now, I'm funding my real estate bestie dream. Okay. I'm doing what I have to do because I'm on my way, but I'm not quite there yet. So I know that there's a lot of you all, right? You're on your way to doing exactly what you want to do in this space, but you're not quite there yet. So if you got to do something to fund your dream, okay, go ahead and do it. But don't lose sight of the dream. That's what I want to say. Don't lose sight unless it's no longer your dream. But I don't want us to become so busy with the side hustle that it replaces our passion for our main purpose. So hope that was helpful, besties. I hope that you feel no problem if you need to go out here and do what you got to do, but just know that it's temporary for you to fund your dream. All right. Bye, y'all.